this way of living, nah, but it chose me. You can hear me coming with a 6-2 humming, Guns N' Roses bumping through a 12 in the floor. I don't need me nothing but a spot out in the country. I smile when they say that I ain't me anymore. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do it like we do it in my hometown. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country.
Take that pain, pass it down like photos on the wall. Mama said her dad's to blame, but that's his daddy's fault. Oh, there's no one left to call. You stay up counting down the days till you make your escape, but you're afraid you cannot run what's running through your veins. Oh, you're carrying the weight in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time to break the chain that left you scarred. From where you came is who you are. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
Oh, I won't pretend that I know half the hell you've seen, but that don't mean it's something that you're destined to repeat. Oh, you're stronger than you think. You know it has to end, but you don't know where to start. You can pack your bags and I'll meet you where you are. Oh, I'll be waiting in the car in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone.
Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And off we go from Dallas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Go.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. A gain of 26 yards there. And that is good for Detroit first down. Up to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. They get to him after a small pickup to the 35. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
2 for 1.
Goff setting the throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down. Third and long for him here. That's complete to Sloan. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Catch made left side by Laporta. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's on target to Williams. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He's got the squiver. And this drive will start inside the 25. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. What do you think?
First down, here's Dak. Buying some time left. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Play action, Prescott. He rolls to his right. And that's going to be a sack. He goes out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, as a quarterback, I hate to assign blame to the position, but on that one, you just got to throw it away for an incompletion. We still need to give credit to the defense, no question, which helped flush him from the pocket in the first place.
Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Alex Anzalone with the pick. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On first down, it's Gibbs. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Play action here with Goff. Flushed out of the pocket. Able to find Wright. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Goff tosses it quickly out wide. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. The Lions out in front. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. Gibbs is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. And he shaped that one to the right. It is no good. So after the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
There you go, 47.
Play action now for Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. We'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Throwing again is Dak. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. There he goes on the right side. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys start to fight back with their first points in this game. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown.
You know, Kate, there's a reason that slant route has been in playbooks, I don't know, since football began. Because if you hit that receiver on the run, on target, on time, big plays can follow.
Extra point for Montgomery is up and good. And the Cowboys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Goff off the play action. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it up to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard
We go
line.
play action with Goff. Finds him on the crossing route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. So 20 yards on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
Detroit Lions. First down. It's a gain of 20.
Shotgun snap here to Goff.
First down for Detroit.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He'd been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Like 20, go, go.
Again, Goff. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4.
Average. 180. Two. 5.
They'll go for it. Goff. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Looking to his fullback now. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
5 still to go here. This is second down. Dak now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's second down.
40-yard line.
There we go. 180. What do you think?
Throwing again, Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
That's caught. He's got Lamb. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And it sets up second down.
The 20-yard line.
Back to the air. Prescott. Has it at the 7. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal. Williams. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. All right, here we go. Second down.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal at the Lions.
Dak to the air here. That one connects. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They'll look to run with Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys tie it just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. A lot of pressure pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way. To come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
And he pulls it. It's no good. Kick goes too far to the left. Point after, left on the table. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Sailors now on the return. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Well, it is 2nd down, Brock, and they've got a full 24 yards to go here after that sack. Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. He hits the opening for about 9 yards, but still 3rd down coming up.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's
Here we go. 76. 76.
Throwing here just before halftime. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. Escapes the defender. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Into a crowd and intercepted. And the Lions get the football with a very short field ahead. Just a little outside the 20. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply,
there it is, touchdown Detroit! The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Shell. Harbaugh. Hey, kill. What's up?
Goff's going to throw for it. It's caught. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tolbert now to return it. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
First down, here's Dak. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here we go. Wait, think.
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
I don't mind that play action shot at all, Kate. especially in this circumstance. The only problem is I think that defensive coordinator, was thinking the way the offensive coordinator was, as they defended that pretty darn well.
That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. First and 10 from the 43. Dak off the play fake. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield on their own side. Sent back to their own side of the field on that last play. Some ground to make up here on second.
There we go. All right, hey. 26.
Here's Dak. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Yeah, 26.
Prescott now off the play fake. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Again on second and 10. Prescott. Oh, no. They get him yet again. Amik Robertson takes it away. Well, depending on which side of the ball you're looking at here, Brock, things have either been very sharp or they've been just awful to start this second half. 2 drives, 2 interceptions now.
I mean, where do you think I'm looking, Kate?
Oh, I know. Where you been looking?
It's a miserable place to be as a quarterback, just knowing you're hurting your team, not even giving yourself a chance, giving the ball away.
Offense up to the line fast.
2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing is gone. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Completed to his running back. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. Has some daylight through the 40. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Goff on first and 10. Has the connection to right. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
4 yards on the pickup. That's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
What? What's up?
He'll throw it. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Buying some time right. Complete out to the right. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Hey, Kill! Yeah! Here we go! Hey, Kill!
Prescott here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They've got first down here from the 36.
First down. First and 10 at the 36.
From the gun is Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second down.
Dak now from the gun. On the move, headed right. He'll go outside. Is caught by Ferguson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Looking to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Off to the air now. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Checks it down to Gibbs. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 25 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Handoff headed left, Montgomery. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them back loose.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Lions leading by 6. All set now. First and 10.
180. Maverick wall. 2 for 1. Hey, 76. Turbo.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Tonight. Right 20.
Again, it's Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Now 3rd and 5.
Hey, lift. Right 20.
Back to throw it. Brought in. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First down.
Go to
First and goal. Detroit.
180.
Gibbs. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Nothing doing on that two-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Okay, Brock, dialing up another two-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Dak out of the pistol. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Quick slant to Ferguson. By a man, he's in the clear. Keeps himself upright. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score.
Okay, every year, it's kind of like the Baskin-Robbins of tight ends. You get all sorts of different flavors. You get inline blockers. You get guys that can run routes. You got guys that can do a little bit of everything. And then you get a game changer. And this guy's a game changer.
And the call to go for it not awarded as the pass falls incomplete. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And this is brought in by the Lions. That should be enough to secure them this win. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. This one's not looking good, and it won't be. Short and too far left. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Here he is to throw. This is for the ball game. Deflected. Oh, they couldn't bring it in off the tip drill, though. They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's going to end. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we say so.